International Weather Forecast Bulletin. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the International Weather Forecast Bulletin. In today's program, we'll walk you through a weather picture that is both volatile and full of surprises. From the Atlantic, where Invest 91L has been the center of attention and has undergone significant forecast changes in just the past 24 hours, to the Caribbean, the Bahamas, and over to the United States, where a line of severe thunderstorms is prompting meteorologists to issue a first alert weather day for Saturday. All of this will be detailed in our report. Let us begin with the hottest topic in the Atlantic, tropical disturbance Invest 91L. Just yesterday, many forecast models suggested the system might rapidly strengthen into a tropical storm or even more as it approached the eastern Caribbean. But today, the outlook has shifted. The U.S. National Hurricane Center has lowered the probability of Invest 91L developing into a tropical depression or tropical storm from 90% down to 70%. While that remains a high number, it reflects a less favorable surrounding environment than before. Two main factors explain this downgrade. First, the system is encountering strong wind shear aloft, the natural enemy of any young tropical cyclone, as it prevents thunderstorms from organizing around the center. Second, a mass of dry air mixed with Saharan dust is suppressing convective growth. On satellite imagery, we now see a weak, elongated swirl, nearly torn apart. However, it would be premature to declare Invest 91L dead. Meteorologists still detect a shallow but closed low-level circulation, a sign that the system retains some life and could recover if conditions improve. So, what are the forecast models showing? The GFS model, which yesterday painted the picture of a storm barreling into the central Caribbean, has now backed off. It currently shows only a small, weak disturbance reaching the Lesser Antilles around Wednesday or Thursday, producing squally showers, gusty winds, and rough seas rather than a hurricane. Islands such as Barbados, St. Lucia, and Dominica could face unsettled weather for a day or two, significant but manageable, and in some cases even beneficial rainfall relief. The GFS ensembles, the multiple variations of the same model, echo this trend. Few strong outcomes, with most scenarios keeping the system weak. Perhaps only a depression. Development may also be delayed until midweek, which would shift the track farther south. A common rule is that weaker systems are less likely to be steered northward by upper-level winds. The ECMWF, widely considered the gold standard in forecasting, is even more pessimistic. Many of its runs dissolve 91L before it reaches the Caribbean, leaving only scattered showers. Only a handful of scenarios keep it alive, and even then, intensity is capped at a weak tropical storm. A remarkable reversal has also taken place with the ICON model. Just yesterday, ICON projected a strong storm threatening the Antilles. Today, that forecast is gone, replaced by a weakening disturbance that fades before arrival. Regional tropical models such as HWRF, HMON, and HAFS, specifically tuned for systems like Invest 91L, also indicate only a depression or weak storm. Only HWRF still suggests a chance for Invest 91L to briefly reach tropical storm strength and earn the name Gabrielle as it passes the central Lesser Antilles, bringing stronger winds, though still much weaker than earlier projections. Taken together, the clear message is this: Invest 91L is much weaker than it appeared 24 hours ago. Still, no one should be complacent. With poorly organized systems, forecast swings are common. Close monitoring in the coming days remains crucial. Residents of Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique, Barbados, St. Lucia, Grenada, and Trinidad and Tobago are advised to stay alert but need not yet take emergency actions. Now, let us leave the open ocean and look at current conditions across the Caribbean and Bahamas. In the short term, the most affected area is the northwestern Bahamas, including Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Nassau. A stalled convergence zone is producing slow-moving heavy thunderstorms, raising the risk of localized flooding. This pattern should persist through Saturday before easing on Sunday and turning drier by Monday, though scattered showers may linger. Elsewhere in the Bahamas, conditions are less severe with only isolated showers. Jamaica continues to face stormy afternoons with frequent lightning, especially in western mountains and interior areas, a daily cycle that is expected to persist. Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands enjoy mostly fair conditions today, with only brief afternoon showers and gusts around 20 to 25 miles per hour. For much of the time, weather is dry and favorable for outdoor activities. Farther south, the Windward Islands, including Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, and Trinidad and Tobago, are bracing for an uptick in tropical moisture not associated with 91L, bringing increased rainfall Saturday. While short-lived, downpours could be locally heavy. The ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, Curaçao, will only see brief passing showers. Meanwhile, Central American countries such as Costa Rica, Panama, Nicaragua, and Honduras remain drenched under the active monsoon trough, with continuous heavy rain and the threat of flash flooding and landslides. As for Bermuda, the island stays dry for the next few days, with rain possible by midweek from a low-pressure area off the U.S. East Coast. Now we turn to the United States, where severe weather is set to unfold. Meteorologists have issued a first alert weather day for Saturday, focusing on the western Carolinas. On Saturday afternoon and evening, a line of severe thunderstorms is expected to sweep through, carrying threats of lightning, damaging straight-line winds, and small hail. Of particular concern is the potential disruption of major football games, including Clemson and USC matchups, as storms strike during game time. Before the storms arrive, heat will return. Friday and the first half of Saturday will mark the first time in more than 2 weeks that upstate South Carolina temperatures surge back into the 90s degree F, 32 to 35 degrees Celsius. Mountain areas will also feel the heat, with highs around 29 degrees Celsius. Overnight conditions will be muggy, with lows in the upper 60s degree F, 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, extending into Sunday morning. Once the storms push through, a surge of cool air will sweep southward, sharply lowering temperatures. By Sunday, highs will drop to 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 21 to 26 degrees Celsius, with a few light showers lingering as the front moves south. Monday morning will feel distinctly autumnal, with early lows in the 50s degree F, 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. This refreshing cool spell should last through midweek, offering a brief but welcome taste of fall. To sum up, today's bulletin delivers two main messages. First, Invest 91L has weakened considerably, and models have downgraded earlier storm scenarios. Still, the chance of tropical development remains at 70%, meaning Eastern Caribbean islands should continue monitoring closely. Second, in the U.S., residents of the Western Carolinas must prepare for severe thunderstorms on Saturday, potentially affecting sporting events. Immediately afterward, a cold front will bring refreshing fall air into early next week. Thank you for joining us in this international weather forecast bulletin. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated with the latest developments, not just in your local area but across the globe. Goodbye for now, and see you in our next broadcast.